Hello, hello. It's Saver Crypto here, and it's the Stonksy indicator channel. I can see here that we've got only a few watching at the moment. 8, I think, 8 people watching. Oh no, 22 people watching. That's pretty good, actually. So what I'd love to see is you to say hello in the chat there. That'd be really nice. Okay, so this is the Stonksy indicator channel. This is all about Stonksy, the indicator that I'll be showing you in a moment. Stonksy is an indicator that helps you predict, or at least gives you, is that the right word? Predict? No, it helps you and get an idea of the way the price is going to go. Excuse me a moment. I've got a frog in my throat. Let's have a drink of water. That'll sort me out. Right, I'm just going to check the audio first of all. Okay, that's fine. That's great. All good. Oh, excellent. Short video guru. Hello indeed. Gonksy, hello. It's always great to have the old favourites here. That's brilliant. So I don't know if any of you watched any of the streams I did at the weekend. I did one on Friday. No, I did one on Friday with Wiz that was brilliant. That's the Wizard of Old, and he went through a load of stocks and things that he's into, and I am slowly going over that video, and I'm going to make a kind of summary of it, and put something together where we can look at the ones he's looking at. There's probably no like immediate hurry, because traditional stocks do move a lot slower than crypto. Well, sometimes anyway. But it'd be good to keep an eye on the basket of things that he mentioned. It's cool. Okay, we got John Brown here. That's brilliant. Good morning. It's afternoon here actually, so good morning yourself. Yep. We got Stonksy saying great stream with Wiz on Friday. Yeah, do go and watch it if you can. It'd be really cool. Mr. Delta confusing me by saying good day, which I don't think is what they say in Gloucester or somewhere like that. I think where I think he's from. Can't imagine it really. Good eye, no, I can't do it. Can't do it in a Gloucester accent. Anyway, yeah, hope you're doing all right, Mr. Delta. Actually, Mr. Delta did contact me over the weekend. He was a bit worried about when he put some Ethereum in one of his hardware wallets. It was also appearing in another wallet, and one was like his Trezor, one was his Tangem wallet, and what we found out was it's the same address. I'm not quite sure how he managed to do that, because I believe both wallets have different seed phrases, and for somehow he got his Ethereum address on both of them. If anyone's got any idea of how that could have happened, then do let me know, because I can't quite work it out myself. I mean, other accounts he's got like on there, like Bitcoin, they seem to be separate still, but for some reason the Ethereum one is the same one. I don't know. I mean, is there a way? I don't know anything about Tangem wallets. Is there a way to import like just an Ethereum wallet that has its own seed phrase separate to Bitcoin? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, if you know anything about that, then do let me know. Got Crypto Cruise here saying howdy doody yourself. Okay. Anyway, what I was going to say was on Saturday. So I did a stream on Saturday. I just did an hour from like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. UK time. And it was quite a chilled affair. And then also I did a stream last night because I wanted to be live for the weekly candle close, because I had my suspicion, and it was a fairly sure suspicion, that it was going to be the highest weekly candle close ever for Bitcoin. So it's pretty special. What I didn't realize is that I got confused at first, because I was thinking traditionally, well, not traditionally, but the way crypto goes, people regard the weekend as midnight UTC on Sunday night. So I was thinking here in the UK, I was thinking midnight UTC, that's 11 p.m. That's all right. And I suddenly realized it's the other way around, isn't it? So it's actually 1 p.m. So I'd actually been out all day on my bike, and I'd been with a friend, and we did actually go to the pub, and we had a few pints actually. So I'm not used to drinking, because I stopped for a long time, and we had a few. So it's probably slightly irresponsible riding the bike after that, but it was only about 7 miles. So what could possibly go wrong? Anyway, all it meant was when I got home, I was a bit sleepy, so trying to stay awake till 1 o'clock in the morning was a bit of a struggle. So thank you for everyone who came along for that. And we did indeed get a weekly candle close that was the highest ever. I'm going to look in a moment to see if that was the highest in GBP and the highest in euro, because I did notice earlier in the week, last week rather, that the all-time highs we've been having are not all-time highs in euros or GBP, British pounds. It was only, well, everyone's obviously looking at it in dollars, and because the dollar's like devalued so much since the mention of tariffs, that's why the dollar's not worth very much more. So although Bitcoin is at a phenomenal value in dollars, yeah, the dollar's not doing particularly well. So anyway, it's still amazing. But anyway, let's have a look at what's happening here. Ass Shrimp. Okay, nice name. I think crypto is taking off because Dave is on holiday. It does seem that way, doesn't it? You know, the only thing I think he's done well is he always complains about being too hot. And I must admit, I've got the window open here, so there will be a little bit of traffic noise. There's not really enough cold air blowing through, and I've got like shorts on. I'm sticking to my chair a little bit because it's a bit sweaty and hot. No, but he doesn't like it too hot, so he has kind of missed the super hot days. And I think by the time he comes back, it'll probably be raining and cold. Actually, it probably won't be, will it? I think he's back next Wednesday, I think, or maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll find out one day. Ash Shrimp says, can you text Dave and tell him to never come back? Oh, what, to keep the price high? That's a bit mean, isn't it? Dave's great. Yeah, I can do that. I'll tell him you said that. Cryptogenic dude, smash the like. Bloody good point, actually. Yeah, do smash the like. And I'm actually going to do that myself with my other account. So that's very cool. Right, anyway, what I'm looking at here is something I was pointing out on Saturday, and it is for the pattern people. And I was looking at this one here. Now, this of all the triangles I ever see, this is the only one that I ever pay much attention to. This one, I believe, is called an ascending triangle. I think it is. And you know, basically, it's psychologically, it's obvious, isn't it? Because, like, you know, you've got a line of resistance here. So every time the price goes up, it gets rejected, comes back, gets rejected. And then each time it comes back, the people who are buying and thinking, oh, God, it might break through next time. Maybe I ought to get a bit. So you get these kind of like higher lows. So you get, you know, higher low, and eventually it breaks out. Now, you do get these false breakouts like what happened here. But, you know, so, excuse me. But by then, the pattern had hardly established itself, had it? You know, so we got that, and then the price comes back. So I was thinking when this happened here, and this was on Sunday, yeah, yesterday afternoon. I had actually gone off on my bike ride by this time, but I did, like, when we stopped at the pub, that was like about, it was about probably, I don't know, 25 minutes into the bike ride. So I suppose it was probably about here. I did see that Bitcoin had gone quite high, and I was quite excited. And I was thinking, it might have been why I got carried away, actually, and had like a few pints rather than just the one that I was intending on doing. And yeah, so the price was up there. And then by the time I got home, which was about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, you know, the price was meandering around here. Now, I did think that it probably would pull back and test this line here, because that, you know, that started off as resistance, obviously, you know, and then I meant that to go red then. What did I do? Oh, obviously nothing. Okay. Why didn't that work? Oh, I see. Yeah, I meant that to go red like that. So obviously that was like a line of resistance there, you know, and then once it had broken through and came back, you know, you wanted to test that to see if it would bounce off or not. And then that became a line of support, and it bounced off there. So, you know, in theory, we should have, you know, a reasonable level of support there at 118, 114. So there is that. Okay. So that came down there, did that, then bounced off. And I did the stream last night, and it was like, it was about here, right? And what I did, I was trading on BLOFIN. I just changed that. So yeah, I was trading on BLOFIN here, and I felt a little bit stupid, sort of, you know, because it was about, when was it? Yeah, it was here where that green arrow is. I actually went long with like part of my stash, because I'd taken a little bit of profit in the afternoon somewhere, I can't remember now. But anyway, I'd taken a little bit of profit off, and I decided to add that back in because everything was looking so bullish, you know. And as I went to sleep, I wasn't totally sure if that was the right thing to do, and the price was kind of here, you know, at like 119. I was thinking that's got to be near the top, hasn't it? So I woke up this morning and it was brilliant. It was like, well, it was. What time did I wake up? I woke up quite early actually. I woke up about 6 or 7. So the price was up here, 122.5. Amazing. Now I probably should have taken some profit. I didn't. What I did kind of foolishly was I had a little bit more cash, so I added that in here, which wasn't brilliant. That was like 122,261. It wasn't a big amount. It was like, like $200 or something. So I added that into the trade there, which brought up the entry a little bit. But now I've got this stop loss here that's in profit. Actually, no, I haven't. What am I looking at there? This is slightly confusing because I've got 2 trades here. Okay, so I've got one Bitcoin USDT where I'm using USDT Tether as the collateral, and then I've got this one here which is BTC USD where I'm actually using Bitcoin as the collateral. This one is a lot smaller. I think that's about. I don't like how BLOFIN do this. I must admit, they just quote that in Bitcoin. They don't do it in like the equivalent of what it is in Bybit. I'll show you what I mean. So if we look at Bybit instead, I've got these trades on Bybit as well. So here, for example, these are both what they call inverse perpetual or coin M, sometimes they call it, where I'm using the actual token itself as the collateral. So this one's using Bitcoin, this one's using Ethereum, you see. So what it shows you here, like for the margin, that's this one here. So this shows you like Ethereum 0.0747, Ethereum approximately equal to $227 US. I think that's really useful to see. And this one here, Bitcoin, 0.0055 equals $673. Okay, so you know what the margin is, but more to the point, you actually know what the profit is as well. So you can see here, it's 0.14 ETH, but then it says approximately equal to $439, which is great. This one here, that's Bitcoin. It says 0.00 whatever, and this is equivalent to like $1,064, which is but that's in Bitcoin. So the idea is with these two, if you close them down, if I was to close them down now, close the trade, I would be left with Bitcoin here, and I'd be left with Ethereum there. That's on Bybit. If you want to use Bybit, there is a link in the description of this live stream down below, so you can use that. But you can actually do, like I was saying, you can actually do this coin M stuff now on BLOFIN. But if you do that, it's just weird how it just doesn't tell you the dollar value there. And I think that would be like so useful. I did think there would be something in the settings. I thought if you do that, so that's at the top, and then you go up here to the settings, and you got the amount. You've got BTC and USD, but what that does is if you set that to BTC, that actually shows you the position size in BTC. Still shows you the profit and loss in BTC, realized profit and loss in BTC, and then let's change it back just to show you what it does. So put that in dollars now, change that back, and it shows you the position size here in USDT. It shows you the the profit and loss. It shows you in Bitcoin again. I just really wish it showed you in dollars as well, or at least a dollar equivalent. That would be really nice if it did, but it doesn't. But there you go. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So obviously I did feel a little bit silly going long last night, and I was also questioning my judgment as well because I had a few beers in the daytime, which I'd never suggest drinking and trading. Yeah, they should have a warning on TV about that. like a national campaign, don't trade and don't drink and trade. And but anyway, but I did, but I didn't have loads to be honest. And there was a big gap between then and the live stream. So that's where I am hang on, which one am I showing? I'm showing, right, I want to show the BLOFIN one. That's, right, okay, that's showing the BLOFIN one. So I need to decide what's going to happen here. You know, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Well, let's go to Trading View. Let's just make sure I've got the right chart. That's the wrong chart. This one here is the right one. Right. Okay. So this here is the one where I draw my triangle. So I think that is great. I think we can actually forget about that bit there. Shall I leave that there as a support line? Maybe I should. Actually, no, I'll get rid of that and start off with a fairly blank chart. I do want to show the oscillator down here. This is the Stonksy oscillator. Let me just show you the Stonksy page. So if you go to stonksy.io, this is where you can get hold of the indicator. So there's two parts to it. You've got the oscillator at the bottom that is a momentum oscillator, and then you've got the stuff in the top pane, which gives you like a green and red background and lots of other things, which gives you an idea. Well, gives you a very good idea of the way the price is going to go, and you can trade with either one, but it's better if you've got both. But it is available. You can have just the Stonksy oscillator on its own for £44 a month. Or if you want to go for the whole thing, you can get it monthly at 145, and you can get 20% off with the code, which I've completely forgot. Hang on a sec. It is at the top of the chat, and it is code is BOT20, BOT20, and that gives you 20% off the first month. Although I would suggest, if you can, just go for the annual, because 999 quid divided by 12 is a lot less than 145. Even better, there's my code, which only 2 people have ever used, which is SWC10. That gets you 10% off the annual fee. So that would be 899 quid. Divide that by 12, it's whatever. It's not that much. It's I think, as Dave said, it's a coffee a day. So there is that. Okay, so that's the Stonksy indicator. Let's go back to the chart. That was this one here. So I'll share this tab. Okay, so this is on the 1 hour time frame. Now, what you can see here, this oscillator, this momentum oscillator, is showing now that the buyers did get a bit exhausted, right? And consequently, the price didn't actually come down straight away, but it has started to now that we're going into this kind of red bit here. So if we look kind of like when that happened before, you can see, for example, here, you get this kind of red line down, and when it starts going pink again, it'll probably start going back up. Okay. So I think at the moment, this is just like a temporary chilling out, cooling off, whatever you like, that Bitcoin's doing, and we probably should see some more upside later on today. For that reason, I'm going to stay in my long positions. I'm not sure what my take profit is going to be. I don't know. I have no idea. I actually didn't think the Bitcoin would go beyond 121k, but it obviously has. So whatever, Anyway, let's have a quick look at the comments. Oh, there's RN there. Brilliant. Just blame Dave for any losses. Okay. I don't think I've actually had any losses since I've been filling in for Dave, actually. I think it's all good, actually. Yeah. Thoughts on Moodeng? God, that's one I do not know. Okay. I shall have a look any second now. I just want to make sure I've got everything noted with Bitcoin. Obviously, let's put Stonksy on this top pane. So you can see here that the idea is with the 1 hour time frame, you get a green background, you go long, you get a red background, you either think about going short or you certainly come out of your long. Now, at the moment, the general trend is obviously very, very bullish, and we're just heading to the upside. So at the moment, I'm more interested in longing than shorting. If I start to see something again, like the price here, the momentum coming up here and like smacking against the top of that. If I start to see that again, I might consider a short, but for the moment, I'm just not. I think what I'll do is when the price gets, if the price gets super high, I will take some profit. And shall I short? I don't know. I'll decide when we get there. I mean, there is some stuff happening this week, some news, so there's that to look at as well. Let me just look at this on the 6-minute time frame, because that's one of SMFC, the Stonksy programmer. It's one of his favorite time frames for Stonksy. And I've noticed sometimes, if you use the index chart, okay, so that's Bitcoin USD index, charts with a lot more data, a lot of historical data tend to work a bit better. But it's not always like that. Sometimes you need to flick between, like, the BitGet chart, the BLOFIN chart, whatever, and you will find some discrepancies. Sometimes this green background is missing a bit, but what is always really good is when you get a 6-minute time frame and you see a green background and you see this green bullish confirmation triangle as well, and that has generally just proved to be really good. And obviously this one here has just been absolutely superb, hasn't it? From that entry there, I mean, there was a slight blip to red there, but from that entry there, we went up like pretty much 5%, and obviously with a bit of leverage, that's going to be it's going to be worthwhile, isn't it? So it's showing it really well. So at the moment, I'm just checking really the 6-minute and the 1 hour. That's probably about all I'm doing at the moment. If you've got any other strategies you're using with Stonksy, then please do let me know in the thingy. Right, I need to do Moodeng. I'm a bit aware of that. I will do that. Sorry, I missed it. What's the difference between the full monthly Stonksy and just the oscillator? I thought Stonksy was the oscillator. No, actually. Stonksy, the oscillator, is this bit down here. Hang on, let me just move your comment so I can see. Right. Okay. So Stonksy, the oscillator, is this thing here, which is the momentum oscillator. Okay. And Stonksy itself is this thing here. So what this shows you is these green and red backgrounds, which is like buy and sell basically. It also has these little confirmation arrows here, which give you a bit of extra confirmation to say the price is more likely to go up or more likely to go down, and that's that up there. You've also got these, you see these like red, green, like thicker green. These lines here, these are like support and resistance lines that Stonksy draws in for you. It obviously makes more sense on the higher time frames, but you can see here, that we've got resistance there, at the all-time high, as you'd expect, like 123,200, and then we got the support here at 118,843. So that's possibly a good level you could think of like longing from. But yeah, so this bit is Stonksy, this bit is Stonksy, the oscillator. Okay, and it's called like Stonksy OSC there. Okay, this one's called Stonksy. Okay, so that's what it is. All right, you're saying, hang on. Right, so RN is saying the last few days I see divergence in that chart. Okay, are you looking at what you're looking at? You're looking at the like RSI, or you're looking at the oscillator? Just let me know. Oh, chart. Okay. We cannot see your mouse. That might be because can you see it there? I think you can. Hang on. Let me just wait to see if I can see it on the screen. That's strange. Oh, no, it is there. Okay. All right. Yeah, my mouse is here. what it is I've got this screen here, which is the one you can see, and then I've got the StreamYard software that we use for the live stream. I've got that open on another monitor, which is connected to this computer. So that means I can go over there and I can, like, you know, do that thing with the you know, the comments here. I can do all that sort of thing. I can read the comments, but when I do that, the mouse goes over to the screen, so that's why it disappears. But yeah. Oh, I see. So now you can. Understood. Okay, brilliant. Right. Market open now or in 1 hour? The market opens in 1 hour. Market opens at I think it's 9:30 Eastern time. So I believe that is 2:30 UK time. In fact, it definitely is 2:30 UK time. Let me just check what it is in the States. Let me just check. So 2:30. So we're in British summertime now. And I did that wrong. Hang on, I'll be back in a sec. So, well, yeah, it's yeah. So at the moment, Eastern time is 8:30. So it is 9:30 in the US. Okay, that's when it opens. Which in the UK in the summer is 2:30, and then in quite a lot of Europe, you're like UTC +2. So, for example, in like France and Spain, it will be 3:30 in the afternoon, and Australia, it'll be tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. Australian time zone is they're all probably asleep now. Anyway, so in fact, I was thinking Australia must be like quite an awkward place to trade, mustn't it? Because you're probably stuck with doing the Asian session, aren't you? If you think about it, that's the awkward one for people like me. Because for me, the Asian session starts at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's really awkward for me. But I suppose if you're in Australia, 1 o'clock in the morning UK is going to be in, well, definitely daytime in Australia. But yeah, probably like morning, innit? Anyway, cool. Okay, so Orim. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's almost like a Welsh name. Rumin. Rumin says 1 hour. Yeah, it's 1 hour from now. Because Dave's not here, I haven't got control over the YouTube channel, so I can't do a poll. But if you want to, if you want to just mention, like, if you think the price is going to go up or down, we can do a sort of mental poll, if you like, So that's cool. Debut mastering. Hey all. Hey yourself, debut. That's cool. Look at your screen now. Isn't the oscillator? Oh, I see. The oscillator diverging for the last price pump. Okay. So my screen. Oh, so what time frame are you referring to? I see where it pumped there, and that came down. It's not now though, is it? See, now that the price is coming down, and that's coming down as well. I don't know. Sometime this week, I'm going to get SMFC on the stream, aka Dean. He's the programmer of Stonksy, and I want to ask him about this sort of thing. So we'll ask him there. So, but I would have said, yeah, if you think about it, the price is going up here, but the momentum is going down. So that means that as the price is going up, there's getting less buyers, isn't there? Does that make sense? So that kind of means that's not sustainable. So then the price comes down. So at the moment, I would say there is a convergence, but there was a divergence. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. mean, generally, obviously this is only going to go between 0 and 100, but like, the price does follow fairly well, doesn't it? But I see what you're saying. It's not now, is it? Yeah, interesting. I might have to look into that a bit more. Cool. Did we close the CME gap? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we did. Let's have a look. So this is the CME chart. Just move that out of the way. Now, as far as I could see, the CME gap was what I drew there. Let me just move that to the side so you can see. Yeah, because we had this candle close here on Friday, 9 p.m. So obviously this closed kind of down there, didn't it? Something like 118, 14, 140 or something. So that closed there, and then when it opened last night, it was up here, wasn't it? 119, whatever. It wicked down to there, like 118,685. So to me, I would say that is the gap that did not get filled. Now that is an issue, and that is about $3,500 from here. Going on what's happened the last few weeks, that might get filled, but we got this one here. This one never got filled, did it? But this is one of those weird ones, one of those midweek ones, and I'm not sure if they're quite as reliable. They're not like the Friday to the Sunday. And then, yeah, so I would say the gap didn't get filled, and it's quite possible we could have a $3,500 dump at some point. What would that bring us down to? Let's have a look. So from where we are now, it's going to be quite big, isn't it? So that would be down to something like 118,400. Yeah. It probably will happen. It probably will happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today, though. It might be one of those where it hangs on till Friday before it does it. You see, I want to see this oscillator thing here. I want to see that hit the bottom, and then maybe go flat for a little while along the bottom, and then start to turn up. And I'm really hoping it'll do that this afternoon. That would be like absolutely lovely if it did it. I mean, to me, it's pulling down and then it's kind of going back up again. It still looks bullish to me, which is crazy. And I do know people who've been trying to short this, by just thinking that, because the price has gone up so much, it's got to come down. Well, sometimes, yeah, not always though. It doesn't have to. There's so much institutional buying and all this sort of stuff at the moment that anything could happen, really. But yeah, I am looking on the 1 hour, looking for this to do something. But for the moment, we're probably going to go sideways, possibly down a little bit. But I reckon this afternoon we'll start to go up. So let me know what you think. Right, Aaron's saying it's all right. I was just looking for clues. Yeah, for sure. Bear in mind, it is actually Monday as well. So, you get funny sort of like false moves and stuff on Monday. So anything could happen, really. Also, I need to find out if Sailor's been buying or not. Has he posted anything on X yet? See me between 11 Yeah, that's the CME level, the 11 that kind of level there. But obviously, is that what I just mentioned? I can't remember. Let me just go back. What were they? Oh, down here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this because that was from Thursday, July the 10th to later that day. I didn't even know about these like midweek closes that the CME has until Dave mentioned it a while ago. I've only ever looked at weekends, to be honest. But yeah, maybe it could come down there. Anyway, it doesn't have to, does it? Anyway. Yeah, also gaps. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. James here. Hi, both. Okay. Managed to log in for a change. Oh, cool. Oh, good to see you, James. I didn't realise you. I thought you were always here. I hope you're both well. Is that both of me? It's just me actually at the moment, James. Dave is. I thought he was on holiday, but I think he's moving house, so he's obviously sweating. Yeah, carrying stuff around, and yeah, but I think he's doing that. He's back on the 22nd, I think he is. So that's another 8 days, I think. So I think he's back on the. I think he's back on the Tuesday, like a week tomorrow. I think. Need to check. Is it just you, SWC? Ah, yes, it is just me. RN, the price better dump or the kitten is going to get it. Okay, are you short, RN? I bet you are, aren't you? I mean, a lot of people are short, aren't they? Dave needs to get his act together. The channel is more important than his life. Absolutely. Okay. That sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? Okay. Right, I was going to have a look at Moodeng, wasn't I? Let's have a look at Moodeng. Moodeng. Okay. I guess that one will do, won't it? Right, let's just take Stonksy off for a moment. And with these ones that I've never seen before, well, I mean, I've seen it, but like I haven't. With things that I haven't actually owned or I haven't traded, I never have much of an idea of what's going on, really. Okay, so what's going on here? When was that pump? That pump was in May. Okay, so we just seem to be plodding along sideways. Okay, that's all right. That's the daily. Let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly. I'll see. Okay, are these moves big? How big is that move? 14%. Okay. So what have we got? I would say we've got a range there, haven't we? So something like something like that, isn't it? So could you trade that? How big is that range? About 20%. Okay. Let's just go into 12 minute. 12 minute for some reason is one of my favorite ones. But no, let's look at the 6. I don't want to confuse you all. Right. Okay. So going on what I was saying before, a green background with that green triangle is normally pretty good, but then the price went up quite quickly after that. How well does this normally work? Okay, well, that one, not particularly well. That one didn't get confirmation, but we got the green background. This one was good, wasn't it? Okay. So I would say at the moment, let's look on the 1 hour. At the moment, you can see this momentum oscillator here has just started to go positive, so I think you've probably got a bit of upside now. I think that's quite likely. So what you'll be looking at is there being some sort of resistance at this level here, possibly even these ones that are drawn by Stonksy there. So maybe up to there. And then it could just pull back to here. And then, at some point, you'll break through there. And you'll probably come back, have a retest, and then go off. If I had a gun to my head, that's what I would say that would do. And then you'd be looking at levels. Oops. And then you'd be looking at levels a bit higher, like here. Where that might become resistance again. Maybe. Sometimes with these, if you look at them on like a really big time frame with Stonksy, you do get a bit of a clue if there's enough data. There's not enough data there for Stonksy to give the backgrounds. See, on the 4 hour, it's sort of saying it's in the no trade zone, but yeah, to me, I don't know. I think probably in a little range there. If you break out of there, you're in a bigger range like that. That's about all I can say about that. But yeah, are you trading it or are you just holding it? Be interesting to know. Okay. So, Dave. Okay. Right. Let me just scroll through the comments. Yeah, all good. Right, now what I wanted to look at was if we've actually got an actual all-time high in different currencies. Because obviously if you look at, Bitcoin, US dollar, let's just do this first. Then, you can clearly see that we're at all-time high now. But if you look at something like BTC, GBP, so that's the Great British Pound. Right, we have actually now got a new all-time high in GBP, so that's really cool. Because you see, before it was at January at like 89.5 grand, and now we're up to 90.3 thousand pounds. So we've got a new high in GBP. The other one that didn't look very good was euros. So if you look for BTC, euro still not got an all-time high in euros. You see, that was here in January. So what do we need to do to break that? We need to go up a little bit more. We need to go up about that far, which is, what's that? About 1,800 euros. It's not a lot, is it? So pretty much almost there. Yeah. But it's interesting though, isn't it, how, not got an all-time high in euros. Having pounds now, that was the first time last night since January we've had an all-time high. But in dollars, it's been happening like every day, more or less. Let's go back to a dollar chart, and then we know where we are. I mean, it's just insane, isn't it? It's like, yeah, that weekly candle, brilliant, isn't it? And the other thing I did note at the start of July was if you look at this on the 3-month time frame. Where's it gone? 3 months. So this is like the quarterly time frame. What we had here was for Q2 2. So this is this year, right? So you got January to March, then you got April to June, and then we're into July here. So we're into Q3 here. Now the Q2 candle was actually bigger in every respect, wicks and body. It was bigger than Q1. Now that is the first time in the history of Bitcoin we've ever had a bullish engulfing candle on the quarterly time frame. So it never happened before. So it didn't happen there, you see, because it was this wick came down here. Same there. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. That was the first ever bullish engulfing quarterly candle. And I said at the time, I said, if that happens, that is going to be a very bullish sign. And sure enough, from there, we are up $10,000 and more. It's brilliant. Well, it's brilliant if you're holding Bitcoin or if you're in a trade. Yeah. So how's the price? So I think it's doing well, isn't it? It's going back up. Stonksy on the 1 minute is, you can use it on the 1 minute. It does flip backwards and forwards between red and green quite often, but it's still usable. So at the moment, it's looking good. We've got 40 minutes to US Open. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Right, let's have a look at the comments again. Oh, Crypto Bro. Yo, let's go. Okay. Don't go. But yeah, let's go. Crypto Bro, you asked me a question, something, didn't you? Or no, I think you just told me not to eat on stream last night. I think it was you. Anyway, sorry about that. I'd been out all day, and it was like midnight. I was a bit hungry, so I had a bit of toast, and I didn't realise I had the mic right next to my mouth, and all you could hear was like disgusting me, like crunching away on a bit of toast and Marmite, actually. You were up late last night. Yeah, I was kind of feeling it a bit today, actually. Maybe that was the beer and stuff yesterday, but excuse me. Yeah, I was certainly nodded off very quickly afterwards. Anyway, I just crawled into bed, and that was it. Next thing I knew, it was 7 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock or something. But yeah, it was good though to catch the actual highest weekly candle close ever for Bitcoin. I mean, there might be one every week now. You never know. That'd be great, wouldn't it? What else is doing good here? Just looking on my very poorly arranged watch list. Oh, Sui's been going great. Is anyone trading Sui? I haven't got any, and I don't trade Sui, but I guess if you have Sui, then you're going to be quite happy. I mean, it's not. Was this one of these things that was like really high, and then it's not anymore? I suppose back in January, that was it. Was that its peak there? 5.34. So yeah, even if you bought most points in the past, apart from here, you're going to be probably quite pleased with your purchase of Sui, aren't you? I just don't really buy altcoins. I do trade them sometimes, but I don't like doing it. I'd rather just trade Bitcoin because I'm used to how much it goes up and down. Tau, that's just an up and downy thing. That's one that's been. Wow, was that really right up there? Okay. CRO. We got any crypto.com users in the chat? I've had a crypto.com card since 2020. It's not actually the same card though, because one thing about it is they do different currencies, but the same card, the base currency won't is particular to that card. So when I lived in France, I had a euro-based crypto.com card, and when I moved to the UK, they wanted me to change the card. It was actually, it had to actually physically change the card as well, which was a bit annoying, and it cost me 50 quid as well to do it. Or was it maybe 50 euros to actually change the card? And I was a bit against it because I was thinking, like, you know, I'm like a rose gold tier, which is like at the time it was like the penultimate tier for crypto.com. And I was thinking, well, you know, I'm supposed to be one of their VIP type people, and they want to charge me 50 quid to change my card from euros to pounds. But they did it in the end, and I'm quite pleased I did, because obviously I use it every single day, and I buy a lot of stuff with it. I buy everything with it, you know, petrol, food. You can't do things like, you can't pay like your water bill or like your electricity bill with it and get cash back for some reason. So you can't do it on utilities, and there's a few other weird exceptions where you can't do it and get cash back. But anyway, so crypto.com, yeah, I've got loads of it actually, and I bought the majority of mine at about 7 cents, I believe. So it's at 11 now. I mean, it has been stupidly high. It did go up. Well, it's more than that, actually. If you look at on a different exchange, it was up to nearly $1 at one point, and I think it will get back there again. But it needs to do a 10x from here. But even just seeing it come from down here, you know, like 8 cents up to there, it's kind of good news, really. And it is one of the top cryptos, just because the market cap is like so high. You know, there's so many users of it. But anyway, crypto.com, that's good. It is a company that I do actually like. I think they're good. They actually do what they're saying they're going to, you know. Crypto Bro saying it was a lovely weekly candle. I think we two out in two out. I think we two. Okay, not sure what you mean there. Oh, we top out. Sorry. So I just saw it there. We top out. You think we top out in October? Right. Okay. But do you think we'll go back much today? You know, because I'm wondering what to do with my trade. Let's go back to Bitcoin again. And let's put that on the, what should we have? Let's put it on the 5 minute. Actually, put it on the 6 minute time frame, and then we can see the Stonksy colours, can't we? So there's the oscillator, and there's that thing. Let's just try the index one. Okay. So that's what I want to see. And then what I want to see is that turn a bit. Yeah, that's cool. So why do you think we top out in October? I mean, normally, I think normally, isn't the kind of autumn time, the fall time, isn't that kind of normally quite a bullish time for crypto? I know generally from like September onwards, things usually get quite exciting. Obviously, the exception was October 2021, which was the height of the last bull market, when Bitcoin got to 69k, which is amazing, because that's about halfway down from here, isn't it? I still can't believe the price we're at. It's just amazing, brilliant. But yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So what do we reckon for New York Open then? Do you reckon up or down? I think. What do I think? I think. I think. See, I always see this. I always see this kind of. You know, is it going to be like a pennant thing? You know, that that squeezes up and then breaks out, or is that going to be, you know, I carumba Bart Simpson? That's not a very good Bart Simpson, is it? Can't get his eyes right. I know sometimes. I think you don't realise that if you look at a picture of Bart Simpson, he's normally got both eyes on the same side of his head. I think he's one of those things. It's a bit like what's it now? Peppa Pig. I mean, Peppa Pig, I think, has like 4 nostrils, because you always see 2 nostrils, whatever side of Peppa Pig you're looking at. So in theory, you never see Peppa Pig from straight on. But if he did, actually, Peppa Pig's a she, isn't it? If she was looking at the camera, Peppa Pig, I think there would be 4 nostrils on the pig. Anyway, right, I digress. Okay, what's happening in the charts? Wizard of Alt, brilliant. Great to see you here. Wizard of Alt seems to be getting quite lively online. He was here on Friday, and it was an excellent show. It's been the best one since I've been standing in for Dave. That's for sure. It was great. It was quite good to be able to sort of, just watch and listen and let him do the stuff, and just sit back and glean some excellent alpha. It was really good. It was great fun. So that was on Friday, so do go and check it out. I think the video is called something like Blue Sky Breakout, but that was actually the Wiz show. In fact, I might get someone from the Stonksy admin to actually maybe edit the title of that one, saying featuring Wizard of Alt and his stock picks or something. But that'd be really good. Short video guru, wobbly till 3 p.m. and up. Yeah, that's probably quite a reasonable idea. Yeah, I kind of agree, actually. Although I don't know. Maybe see what happens. Mr. Delta saying Wiz, with very good reason, actually. Mr. Delta did send me a screenshot of his. I think it was his trading 212 portfolio, where he has a pile of like stocks that Wiz has been suggesting, and they were all up like massively. I mean, just considering they were like just standard stocks. Some were like 20%, and that kind of thing. It's like kind of crypto amounts. Makes you think, really. Is it worth bothering with altcoins, or should you just play with regular stocks? And I think he's doing it all within a ISA, like stocks ISA, which means that any profit you make is tax free. So that's a really cool thing you have in the UK. Short video guru saying ISP 2022. What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of meeting or something? I'm just going to have a little Google privately. ISP 2022. What is that? What is that, short video guru? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea. ISO. ISO. Okay. Oh, ISO 20. Okay, right. ISO 2022. Oh, okay. No. Is it ISO 20022? I guess it is. Oh, I don't know really. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't quite know what you mean now. Actually, do you mean? Look, I'll show you what I found. So it's this here, ISO 20. I don't know. Is that what you're talking about? Multi-part international standard prepared by blah blah blah. I have absolutely no idea what that is about. I don't know. Is that what you mean? I don't know. Let me know. Okay. Steve in the UK saying howdy howdy. Howdy howdy indeed yourself. Wisdom, did I end up going monitor shopping? I didn't actually. What I decided to do temporarily is I'm using my M2 MacBook for this stream because that one runs a lot colder than my old M1 MacBook, and then I've got a separate monitor plugged into it. So at the moment I've got StreamYard on the second monitor, so I can look at the comments, and I can do that thing, where I can show them or not, or I can add banners. Let's do that. I can add banners like that. Or what else can I do? Oh, I could do that. That's a blast from the past. Actually, Chippy, has anyone here actually owned Chippy? Because Chippy's gone up rather nicely over the last sort of few days. I think my stash has gone. It was down at like a few $100s, and now it's up at like $2,500. So I'm quite pleased with my Chippy stash, and I think it's going to do really well one day. Just needs like TMG to get back into the swing of things, and do whatever he's going to do with his other coin. I think it was called Plop at the moment. That's going to become something else, and we'll see what happens anyway. Okay. Yeah, so I got distracted there. No, what I was saying was I've just got a separate monitor for the moment because I was just trying it out to see if the M2 MacBook and the separate monitor was going to work all right. What did happen was on Friday after the stream, the guy from Virgin Media came along because I complained about my internet, and to be honest, what I complained about was the actual TV box that plugs into the fiber thing, because you get that so you can watch TV and stuff. But I don't actually watch TV, but I do use the YouTube app on the television box. And what I'd noticed was that when I fired it up, it would get to like the initial welcome screen, and it wouldn't get any further. And it was quite weird because the guy came and said, "How long's it been like that?" And I was like, "I don't know because I haven't used it for about a month." And in actual fact, when he came in, I didn't even have a television in the living room. I said, "Hang on a minute, I'm going to have to get a television and plug it into the TV box to show you what's wrong with it." And so we did that, and then he ran his diagnostics on it and stuff, and he was kind of scratching his head a little bit, and so I said, like, "What's going on?" He said, "Oh, it's something to do with the level and stuff." And it was good actually, because it was basically what it was. The actual level of internet coming into the house was like too high, so basically it meant that the like top end, if you imagine like it's going between 0 and 1, the top end was kind of clipping out a bit, which meant that the actual noise, like the signal to noise ratio, wasn't as good as it could be. So by lowering the actual signal, it meant that the one signal was kind of hitting some. I'm kind of hitting my hand against the other one trying to demonstrate it here, but you obviously can't see what I'm doing. So so by getting a better signal to noise ratio, it means that you weren't getting lost packets and stuff, and that seems to have stopped the stream freezing, which was part of my problem why I stopped using the M1 MacBook. But I don't think it was the actual computer itself. It was the actual internet. So that's all fixed now. So you shouldn't get any buffering problems, or shouldn't get any, like, curly loading things, and it'd be all good. But I'm going to get a monitor, but I missed the Prime weekend thing. To be honest, even in that, I didn't actually see anything that I quite fancied. To be honest, I didn't, because like I said, I don't really just want a super wide one. I want like just a really big one, and ideally, like, I don't know, like 5K, 6K, I don't know, whatever they come in. So I can have like multiple 4K monitor screens on the same panel. That's what I want. I don't want the thing like, like you see these pictures of traders with like multiple monitors all over the place. I don't want that, because that just looks stupid. Well, it looks stupid in my house because it'd been like a very small room and it'd just be like silly. So like one big monitor might be more fun. So yeah, so I didn't actually I didn't actually go shopping, but I will. Mr. Delta, you could change the display you are showing. Yeah, sorry, I did that. I was just rabbiting away, so I was just talking away, forgetting what I was talking about. But yeah, so that's Bitcoin. I want to have a look at Ethereum, well, because I've got an Ethereum trade going on at the moment, and it is above 3K, isn't it? Which is brilliant. Let me have a look at my Ethereum trade. So I'm doing this on Bybit here. So my entry was, let's just move Mr. Delta's comment. So my entry was, where was it? Actually, Bybit does this sometimes, where on the actual chart, oh, no, you can see it. Just my entry was better than I thought. I thought I might have to refresh it or something, Yeah, so what I've done here, I originally started this Ethereum trade on like 10x, I think it was. And what I've done at the moment, I've pushed it up to 15x. Now, when you do that, it doesn't make the position bigger, it doesn't increase your profit. All it does is it means it uses less margin, and also you probably pay a little bit more in fees as well. What it does mean is I've actually freed up a little bit of Ethereum. So what I was going to do was I'm going to set another buy order here somewhere. So to do that, I might just go back to Stonksy, back to Trading View, and just have a little look here. That's the wrong chart. Hang on a sec. Keep showing the wrong one. Stonksy is this one. Okay. And that's not Ethereum. Let's go to Ethereum. Okay. So what I want to do is put the channels back on Stonksy. I think these are like counter channels. So it gives you a good idea of, like, where the price is going to go. And you can see here that even as it was climbing, it was still sort of, hugging that sort of line there. And then it hit there. And when it comes down, it goes into that inner band just there. Let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. See, the 1 hour time frame is looking pretty lively there, isn't it? What I was going to do is I was going to set another buy order down here, like at some, 29.47, maybe. Would that make sense? I mean, is Ethereum really going to go up that much more? Probably will, because look, on the 1 hour time, yeah, I might just go for it now, because look, on the 1 hour time frame, this oscillator has been coming down here. It's been sitting on the bottom there, being red. It's just started to go pink. And if you look in the past when it's done that, like it did it there, The price went up loads, isn't it? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go long again at pretty much where we are. This might be a mistake, and I might make a complete fool of myself. But I think that's what I want to do. So let's say something like, let's do what I do normally. I'm just going to pick a price out of the order book. I'm going to use the rest of my Ethereum. So you see with leverage, that comes out as like half an Ethereum. So it's quite chunky. So at the moment, the margin it's just $228. It's not a massive trade. So I'm going to long that, confirm. Let's see if that one fills. This is on Bybit. Actually, I'll move that so we can see those bits change. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to get an affiliate link for Bybit. This is that Martini guy's affiliate link. Okay, so that's in the comments now. If that's anything like the affiliate link that I use on my own channel, it should get you up to a $30,000 trading bonus. You obviously have to make a massive deposit and do a lot of trading, but you know it's possible. Okay, so let's just have a quick look. Mr. Delta saying, "Are you sat at a bus stop?" No, I'm not. I'm not sat at the bus stop. Well, I've got the window open, and there is a bus stop round the corner. But a bus never goes past my house because it stops just up the road, and then the other bus goes from the end of the road. But a bus never comes past my house. Right, so that filled there, Luke. So what happened here is that position size is now. Is that now bigger? I can't remember what it was before, actually. Oh, maybe that was just a small amount that I was adding in. Okay. Well, that's fine. But you can see what's happened now is the entry has moved up a little bit. So I need to push the stop loss back into profit there. I don't know what this was before, but at the moment, yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's nicely in profit, isn't it? So I'm happy, you know, if the price comes down or whatever. I don't want it to, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, okay, that's good. So that's what I wanted to do with that. But we'll keep an eye on what happens with the with that momentum oscillator, which is this one here. I'm actually wondering if there's a way to set an alert to see if that moves. Let me just have a look. So if we go to the add alerts for Stonksy oscillator. Okay, so oscillator dark green. So the pink is I guess it's a light red or a dark. Must be light red, mustn't it? Let's do that once per bar. Okay, right, oscillator was just turned light red on blah blah. Okay, I'm just going to write. Oh, going to write check ETH on Bybit. Bybot? Bybit. Okay. Oh, did I have a funny noise there? I quite like the notification noises. Oh god, so I've got a sexy right. That's this one. Maybe I have a different one.
Look at me.
Blimey.
Hey.
Oh, quite like that.
Hey, take a look.
Yeah, let's have that one. Hey, take a look. All right, so that's my alert set. So that's cool. Good. What else we got here? So, Mr. Delta, are you? No, I'm not sat at the bus stop, as I said. That's me saying trade stocks here. BPN Mega, I'm short again. Haha. 122,500. I think you've done really well there, haven't you? 122,500. Oh yeah. 122,500. Oh, you did brilliant there. Oh, well done. Yeah. So what's your plan there, BPN? Are you gonna, if that goes back up there again, are you gonna kind of bail out, or are you then look for a higher one, or are you gonna add to your position, or just then hope it comes down? I mean, it could well do, because that's a level of resistance there, obviously, because it's the all-time high. But yeah, you've done well to get that entry. But I don't know. I'd always be wary about shorting at all-time high, because you just don't know what it's going to do, and there's no history to go on, is there? So there's that. Anyway, right. So 14:23 at the moment. So we've got 7 minutes before open. So maybe what I should do is have a quick look at the pre-stuff for like the Mag 7. Let me just turn Stonksy off for a moment, because just keep things clean. And we're on the 1 hour time frame there. Right, so Google looks nicely up. That's all right. 1.45. It's not too exciting, is it? Amazon's doing well. Tesla, I had some Tesla, and I've sold it again. I keep buying and selling it. I'll tell you what we'll have a look at in a minute. Is Boeing, actually, but remind me about Boeing. And Nvidia, just yeah, I don't know. I was buying Nvidia down here, but then every time it went up, I just sold it. And yeah, I'm just rubbish like that. I just keep selling my stuff, you know. Microsoft doing super well. Apple's down a bit pre-market. Yeah, it's still pretty normal, really, isn't it? Yeah. BA is actually Boeing, the Boeing company. Now, when was that Air India crash? Let me just have a quick look. It was AI 171, wasn't it? Let me just see what date it was. 12th of June. Right, so the Air India crash was the 12th of June. And June. Yeah, so that was then, wasn't it? Now, what I did was when the crash happened, I did think, okay, well, this is a chance to get some Boeing stock cheap, and I did buy some. I didn't buy it cheap enough though, because I bought it around here. I think it was around about 206 or something. 206, and then of course the price came down because I think there was another incident with another Boeing Dreamliner, and something where it took off and had to turn back for some reason. So a lot of people were saying, you know, Boeing planes have a problem. I didn't believe that for a minute, because just the sheer amount of planes that fly every day. I'm guessing Boeing is probably the most popular make of plane. And I was kind of gambling on the idea that the crash wasn't the fault of Boeing, and basically the price kept coming down. So what I did when the price went back up and I got to about break even, I did wait for it to go into profit a little bit, and I sold it. And I was thinking, oh, that's good because I made a profit, and then it came down again. Now, of course, what's happened in the last few days is we've actually realised now, because the initial report is now out, the preliminary report from the black box on the plane, which gives a pretty good idea of what happened to cause a dual engine failure. And what it was the actual fuel switches to the engines, they were switched to off almost as soon as the plane took off. And it seems that there was a dialogue in the cockpit where somebody said, well, it was the captain's voice, I believe, said to somebody, why did he do that? Implying that somebody switched off the fuels to the engine. So it looks like whoever did that wanted to crash the aeroplane and destroy all the lives that were destroyed and destroy the plane. Possibly somebody quite mentally unstable or just under extreme stress for some reason, and that might have been what happened to the plane. Now, consequently, it seems like the price of Boeing stock is going up. I know it sounds horrible, but I kind of wish I'd stuck with my instinct, really, and actually thought, I don't think it's the plane's fault. I don't think it's Boeing's fault. And up it went. So, yeah, I kind of wish I'd hung on to the Boeing stock. I think that would have been nice to have had it at that value, or even, believed it thoroughly and doubled down at this point. But I didn't anyway. So, yeah, that's Boeing. Okay, we've got 2 minutes to open here. Let me just arrange this chart. Let's put that on the, what should we do? Let's just put it on the Bitcoin chart. Maybe I'll have a quick look at the S&P 500 first. All right. S&P is kind of doing the same as what Bitcoin did, isn't it? I think it's, guessing that was an all-time high on Thursday. Okay. And down here you can, where is it where you can change the extended hours? Is it there? I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so nothing too exciting on the S&P 500. So let's go to Bitcoin and see what's happening. Okay. So I put that on the 1 minute time frame. And we'll see what it does. And then we'll have a look in the comments that I think Cyrus wants SUI and XLM. So we'll look at those afterwards. So BPM Mega saying stop in profit, no hopes, to be honest. Okay. So BPN is shorting Bitcoin, yeah. Wisdovolt adding more RGTI on open. Do you know what? I might do that as well. RGTI. What price are you going for, Wiz? Or are we just going to buy it? RGTI. I'll have a look at that in a moment. Taking advantage of the dip. Nice one. Short video guru coin testing all-time high. Yeah, not surprising. Wisdovolt won't buy coin because they've got some of his Ethereum and they won't give it back to him. So I'm going to stand with Wiz and be solid and actually not buy coin either, Right, so ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling. I should play something. So ding-a-ling-a-ling. Right, market's open. Price of Bitcoin is I'm a little dump, which is fairly normal. Okay. What's this here? Is this the last dance? Okay. Right. Some things I might read later, but let's just have a look at this thingy that Wiz said, RGTI. Regatta Computing. Okay. Oh, okay. Is that a dump? Oh, I see. So RGTI. Is that a good price then, Wiz? What we're at now? Shall I buy some online while we're doing this? What's it called? Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll have a look later. Okay. So RGT. See, I want some now. Now you've said it. Anyway, let's have a look at Siri and stuff for Cyrus. So Siri's done really well, isn't it? I think it's one of the better performing ones over the weekend. Okay. See, this is a good one here. I mean, although on this Coinbase chart, Siri's not showing very much up here for Stonksy. Sorry, Stonksy's not showing very much for Siri. Even though there is that, you can see this momentum oscillator here, come down being red, it's gone pink, and pretty much as soon as it went pink, boom, up it went. And that's what I'm hoping for with Ethereum as well, something like that. So that's really cool. Let me just see if that's just try like the Binance chart maybe. Okay, well they're all saying no trade for that on the 1 hour time frame. Let's have a look at the 6 minute. Yeah, and of course the 6 minute has been really positive with Siri since Saturday. But yeah, I would say Siri is going to go up, maybe a bit more. It has gone up a lot though. So how much more could it go? Is that an all-time high? No, it's not. Okay, so I've no idea about these things. I see. Can I see? See again. I can see a range there as well. Something. Something like that, isn't it? So once again, you could probably just bounce around in there. So yeah, I don't know if you're long already, then I'd probably stay long. I wouldn't enter a trade now myself. I'd wait for the price to come back down here, like 2.38 or something like that. Because obviously it's going to have to break out of here and then take out that high, isn't it, to get higher. So it might have done a reasonable amount of its climbing for the time being, I would say. Let's have a look at XLM. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Right. XLM. I did notice this yesterday, actually. I noticed the fact that XLM had gone nuts. That is really interesting. I've no idea why this has happened. So why did that happen? Strategy. XLM rose 12% in 24 hours. The 7-day gain of 92%. Spot market trading volume hit 14 billion, showing increased investor interest. Okay. Oh, it's one of those made in America coins, isn't it? I suppose that's it, really, isn't it? Does seem to be pulling them back a little bit right now, though. Yeah. It's not much though, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure about this really. I think it might have done its stuff. Obviously, you're going to have some resistance. I mean, you can put Stonksy on, which might show you. No, it won't, because you haven't got the history, have you? Apart from, like, you know, a line of resistance up here. I would say that's pretty much done pumping for now. But it will depend on what Bitcoin does. You know, if Bitcoin goes nuts, it will keep going for ages. When Bitcoin plateaus out, then the money starts to flow into alts and Ethereum, all that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens then. Okay. Right. So, so WisDevault saying, as a trade, looking for a sweep of the highs. Are you talking Bitcoin, I guess? BPN took a short on Turbo as well. Let's have a quick look at Turbo. I think this is one of those that's like pumped like mad, isn't it? Oh, so are you kind of short like now, are you? Is that what you're doing? So if you came from the top, okay, right. So you're hoping for a bit of a dump there. Okay, do be aware that the Stonksy oscillator is still kind of climbing. So I don't know if you were like, you know, intending on sort of like adding bits, maybe if it went a little bit higher, but it might go a little bit higher. Although we're starting to get these red histogram things down there, so it might come down a little bit. Stonksy on the 1 hour is still green. 5 minutes still green. 6 minutes still green. Okay. All right. You've probably got a good reason for shorting that. At the moment, I can't quite see it myself, but good luck with it. Nick K saying, hi. That's not Nick Kershaw, is it? I know him. WisDevault, PayPal stable on there. Okay. WisDevault, oh, he's short. I assume you're talking Bitcoin now. Your video's frozen. Has it really? Let me check. Don't think it has, actually. No, I don't think it has. Might be you. Let me just move my chart around a bit. Oh, maybe it has. Let me try a different. No, you know what it was. I forgot to change tab again. So I've been talking about Turbo here, haven't I? Yeah, sorry, just to recap. Yeah, I was just saying that turbo on the 6 minute still green. I've got to stop doing that. Yeah, most time frames is green. The 1 hour green. Yeah. Okay. BPM mega shorts into 2 p.m. stop in profit. Okay, good, excellent, well done. That's how you do it. XRP, bloody hell. All right, let's have a look at XRP. Let's look at Binance. Oh, okay, that's just doing the same as Bitcoin, isn't it? I mean, this was great when it pumped a lot, wasn't it? You know, but it's not really done much since then. It's just gone from being, you know, this range here to that range there. I suppose in a way it probably could break out and then find a new range up there, but I don't know really. It's just weird. XRP is just strange. It's just, you know, I think market makers or whatever can make it do whatever they want really. Right. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to change tab with that. Yeah, that's my fault. PayPal stable. Oh, there you go. PayPal stable on XLM. That was the pump news. Gotcha. Okay. Well done. Say I did have some say, and then it went up a little bit, and I sold it. Same as I do with all my things, you know, all my altcoins. I don't like holding onto altcoins for like purely for you know, speculation reasons. Why is that frozen? There you go. Say is a okay. Okay, that's gone up again, hasn't it, as well? I can't remember that when I bought it and how much I bought. I didn't buy a lot. And of course, think about this. It's not very old, is it? You know, that was the dinosaur time. When was that? That was 2020, 2023. Yeah, so it's only a couple of years old. And I don't know, with these things, will they go back to the all-time high? You know, if it did, it would be 228% increase. That's about a 4x, isn't it? Or is it a 3x? I can't remember. Yeah, 100% is a 2x. 200% is a 3x. So 3 and a bit x. Yeah. Is that what it's going to do? Yeah, possibly. But I don't know. It would need a good reason to. Let's have a look at Stonksy with that one. Just put it on the 1 hour. 1 hour with Stonksy. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay. Right. So you got the momentum oscillator coming down there, right? So I would look out for that when it flattens out and maybe stops going up again. And you know, you might see some nice rise there. A bit like what you did here, you see. So that's coming down there, all red, and then when it went pink there, up the price went. So yeah, that might be quite tradable actually. You could probably work out what to do with that and do some damage with it. Someone's Spanish outside. That's interesting. So why is that all squashed up? Right, let's not worry about that for the moment. XRP is for GME bag holders. Yeah, I had some GME like a little while ago as well, and I kind of sold that almost straight away. Casper.
Hey, take a look.
I'm just going to have a look at this, right? Because that was my alert. Right. I'll come back to Casper in a moment. Right, I'm even just going to turn that top Stonksy off for a moment. Right, so what we've got here, we've got a bit of pink on that oscillator there, and that's on the 1 hour time frame. So that makes me fairly happy. Now, will the price of Ethereum go up from here? And how far do you think it will go? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's good to know. Let's have a look at Casper. Is that it, Kaz? I think it is, isn't it? Casper. Yeah, I'm actually liking these ones where the oscillator has come down to the bottom and it's just like chugging along there, you know, because that's given me a better idea of what might happen. Stonksy for now is actually bearish. Okay, that's okay. So the sort of thing you could do here, you know, you could do the same thing again. You could think, okay, well, I want to maybe go long on Casper when this oscillator line goes pink. So you can do that by coming over to here to the alerts. Right, clicking the plus, and then we're going to be looking at the, not that, we're going to be looking at Stonksy OSC. There you go. So the oscillator, we want the light red, which is actually the pink thing. So oscillator light red. Okay, let's have once per bar, and then let's have the message saying Lejong long Casper. Okay, and then we can give it a silly notification voice as well, like oh, I want to hear it.
Hey.
Actually, I like this one.
Attention.
Attention. It's quite good.
Guess what?
Oh, I quite like it.
Oh.
Let's have the psst.
Hey.
That's hilarious. Okay, brilliant. Right. So that's an alert set for Casper, right? So, you know, watch the price come down, and then if you see a bit of green there, but not green, see a bit of pink there, it might be a good sign that the buying momentum has returned, and you'll see it go up. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Oh, excellent. Right, let's go back to Bitcoin and see if all those shorting people are correct or not. Just a quick look at Ethereum. See, Ethereum's going up a little bit, isn't it? That's good. And then Bitcoin. I might even do the same here, you know. Hang on. Yeah, I might do the same here with Ethereum, with Bitcoin, and have it so that when that red oscillator line goes pink, it lets me know. And that'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? So let's do that. So we got alerts plus, and I'm going to do Stonksy oscillator. I'm going to say oscillator light red, once per bar. Message. I mean, I'm already long on Bitcoin, but it's just, you know, to show you how it's done, really. So long BTC. For notifications, I'll have a silly noise. Let's have the guess what. Let's have a guess what. Correct. There you go. And just as I did that, the price started to come down. I know. I'm just not feeling bearish at all at the moment. I'm still feeling quite positive, quite up, you know. Yeah. let's just have a look at what else is on my watch list. So I've always got these Multiverse X tokens up here at the top, and like they're just so depressing. I am thinking about selling my EGLD. You know, I've got it at the moment. It's staked in a thing called the Hatton Protocol thing, which gets like, I don't know, 10% a year interest or something, which is like nothing really. And I'm actually thinking, because I've got like, I don't know, about 3 or 4 grand's worth of e-gold. It was obviously worth a lot more, but I'm thinking of selling it and then maybe just trading, you know, swapping it into Bitcoin and trading with it, or even just swapping it into USDT and trading it on like BLOFIN or something, you know, and trading it for like more USDT, with the plan that one day soon Bitcoin will crash and it will go down to like, I don't know, 50k or something, and I'll buy a load more with it, with all the USDT that I've got. That's my kind of plan, but I'll have to see what happens. So e-gold, but I kind of want it to come up a little bit more. I'd love it to be like over $20 or something. I know like TMG, he sold all this at like $60 or $70, I think it was. And people were saying, "Oh, you're mad, mate." And he bloody wasn't, was he? Because like it's come down like 75% since then. So, you know, he actually made quite a wise decision to bail out then. And I actually wonder now if I'm just, you know, standing on a sinking ship, because I don't know, just nothing. I mean, good stuff happens with Multiverse X, but like, you know, it's all to do with like faster transactions and all that. But you know, nobody wants to use it. You know, not even Romanians want to use it, as far as I can see. So yeah. Anyway, kind of getting towards the end actually. So, have anyone got any last things they want to talk about or look at or whatever? Otherwise, I'll just go through a few things here. I am going to add that RGTI to my list actually. So that's I've got like a Wiz section down here. Look, I've got TradFi. Yeah, Wiz Default. Look, I think RGTI. Have I got it? No, I haven't, have I? So I can do a thing there. Add symbol. I'm going to add RGTI. Don't like how this is spending ages spinning around at the moment. Makes me think that my internet connection might have gone weird again. Do hope it hasn't. Not good, is it? Come on. Although sometimes TradingView does weird things like this just because it does. I'll tell you what I can do, because it's open on this page here. I should be able to just I thought there was a way to add it to the watch list from there. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, I'll tell you what though, is you know, if you get like Wiz coming up with one of his stock picks, it's normally worth having, you know. And if you believe in triangles, actually, you see, the temptation there is to do a crypto lifer style. It's a symmetrical triangle, and it's got to break out to the upside, and it's really tempted to do like a symmetrical triangle like that, and say it's going to break out one way or the other. And then I think he normally draws a line like that, and then he'll draw a line like that. So I don't mean to take the P actually, so, but if you go to Crypto Live for show in like half an hour's time, you will see that it will definitely have a pattern like this, on his screen, because like he will just find a symmetrical triangle in anything. But to me, that's not right, because there's too much space there. So I don't think that's correct, you see. Yeah. However, I don't know. Could that be something like one of those kind of things? I don't know. Be good if it was. Then it did the same thing as what Bitcoin did and blasted off to sort of like, $50 or something. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at this on Trading 212 in a moment though, and maybe get a bit, because Wizzy's picks are normally very, very good. Right, who we got here? That is one hell of a good name, Rabito. Brilliant. Have you got long furry ears? I bet you have. Or I bet you'd like long furry ears. But yeah, Rabito. That's a great name. Internet is fine. Yeah, you are still audible. That's good. There's a helicopter flying over the top now. I'm going to shut the window. God, it's like traffic and helicopters. I live in quite a rural place. There shouldn't be that that much stuff going on outside, but there is today for some reason. Okay, BPN. I need to update my Wi-Fi box. I think mine's slow sometimes, looking for coins or stocks as well. Yeah, did that one ever appear of mine? Oh, I gave up, didn't I? Let me try again. I'll tell you what I did do is on this computer here, which is my M2 MacBook, I did try and not use Chrome for a while, and I was just using Safari, and I'm just trying to keep things as like Apple-y as I could, and I found that not using Chrome seemed to generally help the performance of everything. And as soon as you start putting the Google stuff on it, everything slows down. And I don't know. I didn't see this kind of thing with Safari. The problem with that, though, is I can't use StreamYard with Safari because it doesn't support it, which is quite odd. And StreamYard is what we use for the live streams at the moment. That just doesn't want to know, does it? Oh, maybe because it's not. There you go. Not crypto, is it? Idiot. Right. Okay. Right, so that's now in my watch list. Right, sorry about that. That's obviously me being stupid, isn't it? Right, so RGTI, that's one to look out for. Okay, so that's cool. So I think what I'll be doing here is I'll be looking at this momentum oscillator here coming down here. Maybe if that goes down like it did there, then I might buy some of it. And yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Cool. Right, I think we're nearly done now, so let's have a look what's going on. BPN here. My Chrome tab is 7 gigabytes right now, so maybe I should switch. Yeah, and well, for any Mac users out there, you've got that thing up the top by the battery and the power symbol. It tells you what application is using the most power. And what I found is it's always Chrome. It's always that's using the most power. But there again, I suppose it is what I use the most because I've got exchanges open and I've got TradingView open, all that kind of stuff, right?
Hey.
Oh, hello. So that said long Casper. There you go. So that was a long Casper. So I'll leave it with that. I will leave you with that. So okay, so we've got a little bit of pink there on the oscillator for Casper. So not financial advice at all. And I haven't quite got a confirmation on Stonksy on the 5-minute or the 6-minute. But momentum-wise, it could be a okay time to maybe try a little long with Casper. But I'm not going to because I don't trust myself with altcoins. Okay. Right, I'm going to say goodbye. All the links for Stonksy. So let's have a quick recap again. So I'm going to just put it into the chat. I'll do it again if I can find it. This is when everyone tunes off. But actually, one of the things I think is worthwhile is getting yourself a Bybit account if you can. I use one in the UK, but that's because I've got a Palo ID. I'm not sure if regular people can do that, but that is a link to Bybit. BLOFIN is the exchange that is pretty cool because you can use it almost anywhere. I think some countries you do need a VPN. Like I think if you're using it in the US, you might need to use a VPN or something to say you live in Portugal or somewhere like that. That is the link to Stonksy. You can get sorry, that's a link to BLOFIN. That link, I believe, gets you VIP1 access, which means you get cheaper fees. And at the moment, I think they don't have a way of turning it off. So that's pretty cool as well. So if you sign up with that link, you might get VIP1 fees for the rest of your life, or for the rest of BLOFIN's eternity. And of course, here is Stonksy Trading Wizard. This is the indicator we've been using today. You can get 20% off your first month by using the code BOT20, BOT20. And also you can use my link if you want to go for the annual, which is SWC10, which gets you 10% off the annual fee. So do check out those links. They're all in the description as well. I'm going to sign off for now. Let's go have a quick look at this last comment. Who was from BPN saying, all relax, then she does that. Exactly, yeah. Right. BPN saying, thanks. Thank you to everyone for coming. Please do give the stream a like. That would be like massively appreciated. RN is not shilling, but MEXC offering 0% of BTC futures. Okay. The only thing is there's always fees somewhere else, isn't there, where you end up paying, nothing's ever free, is it? But yeah, it might be worth looking at. But yeah, okay, brilliant. All right, thanks everyone. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. I will be doing stuff on my own channel. My own channel is called Save with Crypto. I've also got a X account called Save with Crypto. And I've actually got a website called savewithcrypto.org. It's .org, not .com. Okay. So that's me. I'm filling in for Dave while he's away. Dave will be back on the 22nd of July, but until then, you've got me. I am also going to have a few special guests this week as well. Hopefully, I'll have Dean, aka SMCF. Hopefully, I will have him on, and we can talk about some of the intricacies of Stonksy and take it from there. All right. Have a great afternoon. And Oren says, "What's your channel all about then?" Yeah, but my channel's about saving with crypto. And actually, no, the reason it's called that is because I bought one of those unstoppable domains years ago. They were like domains that could be like .crypto or .eth and things like that. I actually bought because I wanted to make a website with it. You can't actually do that properly. It's kind of a bit weird. So I actually bought save with .crypto, and then I thought I'll make a website. Then I thought, I don't know. You can use that for a website. So I ended up buying, I thought, we'll have to buy a normal domain name. So I bought savewithcrypto.org because the .com had gone. And that was it really. So then I thought I may as well call the YouTube channel the same thing. And then I changed my name by deed poll to Save with Crypto. I didn't, but all right. Okay. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon. For those of you who are in, actually, I'll just give you one more link, actually. For those of you who are in Crypto Saving Expert, if you're in the premium thingy, then I believe tonight, hang on, let me get the link. I believe tonight at 5 p.m. UK time, Block Pro will be doing his presentation about the price of Bitcoin, price of Ethereum, price of Solana, and anything else that he thinks is going to make us all extremely rich. So if you want to join Crypto Saving Expert, you can do with that link there that I've just put in the chat, and that gets you 80% off, which works out at 20 quid a month, which is a £5 a week, which is pretty much nothing. It's certainly less than I spent on a pint yesterday. All right. Take care, everyone. Click like on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed. And above all, tell your friends.